I'm Ryan Hunlock, and I'm a lawyer here at Ruane Attorneys. I grew up in a teeny tiny little town called Saugerties, New York. It's about halfway between Albany and New York City. I went to community college because I got out of high school on a plea bargain because I was more interested in chasing girls and sleeping in than going to class when I was in high school. And so I had to go to community college to get my grades up to be able to go to a real school. I got my bachelor's at Empire State College. I attended law school at Albany Law in Albany. I went to graduate school too at Russell Sage College, also in Albany. Got a master's degree in forensic psychology there. And then I went to law school. I wanted to study psych because I was a student of human behavior. I was a people watcher. I was always fascinated by criminal behavior in particular. I liked, murder documentaries and that sort of thing at way too young an age. And I was actually probably more interested in the law, I just didn't realize it yet. 20 years ago, me planned to get a PhD in psychology and, be a head shrinker. And here I am now. I pivoted to the law for a couple of reasons. Number one, when I was in graduate school, I took a class in mental health law, and I felt enthralled with that subject matter. This intersection of mental health and the law, and I had been working in mental health, I had been studying psychology, and suddenly there was this whole other world that opened up, this intersection with the law. Also, in college and graduate school, I worked with people with mental health conditions, doing direct care, doing clinical work. And in doing that, I saw a lot of violation of people's rights that really, really, really did not sit right with me. And at my core, I am like a pathological civil libertarian, and I want everybody to have the maximum amount of freedom and being left alone as possible. And that's not what I was seeing, and it wasn't cool with me. I gravitated towards criminal defense. Number one, I got a fellowship with the Connecticut Public Defender's Office. And doing criminal defense seemed like the logical thing to do for somebody who was, so pro-constitutional rights, so pro-kicking the government in the shins, so, so against having bodily autonomy curtailed, having individual rights curtailed. And there's kind of no place where the people in charge are more directly in the face of the little guy than when someone is arrested and charged with a crime and being prosecuted. Since working here, I've had the opportunity to work with Jim Ruane, and Jim is on the Mount Rushmore of criminal defense attorneys. I would go so far as to say on the Mount Rushmore of trial attorneys, litigators in Connecticut. I've learned a lot in a little bit of time, and I've done things I never would have done as a public defender or as a research attorney. We do administrative proceedings here. We do a little tiny bit of civil proceedings here. I've had the opportunity to dip my toe into a lot of things that I didn't have when I was a public defender, and I've had, the 50 years of wisdom that lives in Jim's brain to soak up like a sponge every chance I get. When I'm trying to prepare clients for this battle that we're in together, where I'm consigliere to them, I want them first and foremost to understand that I am probably their only friend in the room in this process, and that this is a process, right? That we are in this together, and that I'm gonna hit the gas until the dude or lady in the black robe tells me to stop hitting the gas, because that's what I'm there to do. I'm there to cover them, and I'm there to run towards the fire.